Hello beautiful people. So this is a galactic Mayan astrology report for the 3rd of June 2020 in the crazy times on planet Earth. Now, yeah, I am kicking it old school and reverting back to, I don't know if it's a temporary thing or a permanent thing, but just doing the videos on my phone. And there's something about that is just like, whenever the inspiration is there, whenever the channel feels like, yep, go, I can just go. So here we are. And yeah, so the Wavespell that we're moving into on the 3rd of June is White Worldbridger Wavespell. And White Worldbridger Wavespell is about death. It's about endings. It's about the bridging of worlds. And I've just recently re-entered back into the world of social media in the past few days, and I was doing sharing on Facebook, so hit me up on there if you want to connect. And yeah, just really strongly feeling that, you know, the people that are on the planet at the moment, we are the world bridgers. We are the ones that are here to end the old and birth the new. Whether or not we're going to be sat under the trees that we plant, I don't know, because I don't know how fast they're going to grow. But what I do know is that everything is breaking down now. And that's really what this World Bridger energy is about. Death is about rebirth. You know, the two are the same. There is no like ending without newness. And for me, I've just literally in the past week have had like the most amazing insights and integrations and breakthroughs because of breakdowns. And it's just getting comfortable in the unknown, like not knowing what's next, not knowing what's going to happen, but coming back to our hearts and coming back to love. And that's really what this new way of being is about. You know, it's like this new earth that we're birthing, that rhymed, is about living from our hearts. And we've all been through so much that has meant it's really difficult for us to be in our hearts. It's really difficult for us to love each other. That's the truth, you know, and it's a fucked up truth. And it's a truth that is shifting. It's a temporary truth. My friend was sharing with me this morning that like she doesn't like the word truth because it's always temporary, and that's something that, you know, feels like a key piece of this. But right now, with what's happened on the planet, with what's happened in our lives, with what's happened within our families, we're all so scared and full of shame. And we've learned to cope with it. We're amazing at coping with it. We've created a system of distraction that is absolutely out of this world to help us to cope with it. But the truth is, and the reality is, that, you know, we're not feeling that love deep inside of us yet. And that's really what this Worldbridger Wavespell is about. It's like all of the things that have been created that haven't been coming from love, all of the patterns that we've got into, all of the masks that we've worn, all of the fingers that we've pointed, all of the outward expression of the disconnect from love that we've been feeling inside has to go and has to shift. And we're constantly moving toward love. That's the thing to really hold on to during these times. No matter how crazy, no matter how painful, just make sure that you have some space to take a nice deep breath, zoom out, see the bigger picture and then return. So this time, really, this 13-day process is about anchoring into ourselves and what is ready to be released, what needs to go. Now, for me, I had like the most profound experience last night, and I knew that it was going to be profound because I dreamt it. Like, I got into the frame of it just as the process was beginning, and I recognised it from a dream. And there were a number of revelations that came through that space, but one big part for me was this, like, things from my personal history having to be put in their own box in order for me to cope. But last night it was like seeing the totality of what happened and just really feeling that, like, seeing how my shadow behaviour was created, seeing the way that my neediness, my dependency, my inner vampire was created, and where it plays out for me is in my relationships, you know, my partners and my partner. And just really seeing that and owning that, and then being able to just drop into this space of, like, I don't know, it feels like the two hemispheres of my brain have been separate and now they're together, and it's like, you know, I started my moon time today following that experience, and it's just like this real, like, whoosh, landing, arriving, and being comfortable not knowing. And that for me is the biggest piece of what is ready to move now. And I really invite you to find what your Worldbridger release is about. You know, each of us have got a shadow. Each of us have got shadow behaviours. Each of us have been really hurt, really hurt, and we're really scared that we're going to be hurt again, and then we make a bloody mess. But all that we need is love. That's the reality. You know, all that we need is love. We can live on love. And the more that we drop into ourselves, the more that we find that love within, that is the divinity that every religion and belief system points to, then we're home. And when we're home, we're more likely to be able to do loving relationship with other people. But when we're not, what can we do? So go gently, surrender, allow whatever needs to move. Hold yourself, and know that this Wavespell is like a really massive portal for us to rebirth ourselves, our perspectives, our ideas, our actions. And sometimes it's difficult to go through those portals. It's painful. We've got to revisit things. I had an amazing reading from a dear sister who, she was talking about, like, when we're doing the shadow work, it's about releasing the shrapnel. We're getting the shrapnel out now, you know, and these, like, revisits to the pain that happen in the present, it's just an opportunity to remove the shrapnel. And the thing that came through to her, which was really potent for me, was like, stop pouring salt on the process and just bring the water in. So that's the invitation. Bring the water in, let the tears come, let the kindness and the sweetness, and know that you're deserving of, like, making the adjustments that you need to make so that you show up as your most loved and loving self. but also really being kind to yourself with that process, because that's where it begins. When we can give that to ourselves, when we can hold ourselves and love ourselves and forgive ourselves and understand ourselves and be the parent that we all flipping wanted, then we've got what we wanted. And we're not searching for anything, we're just sharing. It's that switch from search or need to share. I've got everything that I need, you've got everything that you need. Can we play together? And if not, then that's super okay. But just dropping into that sweet space. So take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and you know, I know that there's a lot of crazy shit playing out on the world stage, and all of the horrendous prejudice and divide and racism and sexism and just all of the disgusting, out of balance shit that is also being played out within our relationships at home is coming to the surface. And if we can see it and love it and understand it ourselves, for our behaviour, for our situations, we might just move past it. So I'm sending you loads and loads of love and loads of honour and loads of respect and loads of celebration for your time here on the planet. This is the shift. You know, you're here to do what you're doing, to live your life, and that is what is shifting this entire reality, and that's why we're here. You are amazing, and you are so loved, and you deserve to really, really take care of yourself, no matter what you've done, no matter how you've been. It's all going to be okay. Take care.